Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into the world of low-tox living. And I know that phrase can sound kind of intense, maybe even a little overwhelming, but this isn't about a massive, stressful overhaul. We're going to walk through 7 really simple, totally manageable swaps you can make that will have a huge impact on your family's health. So let's get into it. This quote right here, it really just nails the reality of our world today. When more toxins are coming into our bodies that are going out, it can leave us feeling sluggish, run down, and just sick. For women, this can mess with everything from fertility to how we recover postpartum. And it even affects our kids' development, both when they're in the womb and after they're born. So here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on the daily dose of toxins we're all exposed to. Then, we'll walk through some super simple swaps for laundry, water, air, and the kitchen. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about how these small steps can lead to a really big impact. Okay, so why does any of this really matter? Well, lowering your body's toxic load isn't just some abstract health goal. It has real-world benefits. We're talking about improving fertility, helping your body heal and recover better after having a baby, and really just giving you more energy to actually enjoy your life. All right, let's jump right into our first swaps. We're starting in the laundry room and under the kitchen sink. These are the products we use every single day, pretty much on autopilot, without giving a second thought to what's actually in them. The source for this actually shares a really powerful story. When she was getting ready for her first baby, she decided to look at the ingredients in a super popular baby detergent and was totally shocked. She found artificial fragrances, endocrine disruptors, which are basically chemicals that can seriously mess with our hormones, and even cancer-causing chemicals. And all of that stuff gets absorbed by our skin, our body's largest organ, directly from the clothes we wear all day. But hey, the good news is the swap is so simple. Brands like the ones you see here offer really effective, natural detergents that are safe for your entire family, from your brand new baby to you. It's such an easy and impactful first step to take. Okay, now look at this paradox. It's kind of crazy when you stop and think about it. On the left, we think we're cleaning our home, making it safe. But on the right, that's the reality with a lot of conventional cleaners. We're often just making our environment more toxic. Those harsh chemicals get on our hands, our countertops where we put our food, and are absorbed right into our bloodstream. So, what's the solution? Well, for all your everyday cleaning, think about swapping to a plant-based, non-toxic all-purpose cleaner, like Branch Basics or Truly Free. You can always keep one of those harsher chemical cleaners tucked away for a super rare, really tough stain, but it definitely shouldn't be the thing you reach for every day. Next up, let's talk about the water we drink every single day. Now, this swap can be a bigger investment, I'll be honest, but it's one of those things that pays huge dividends for your family's health in the long run. Unfortunately, tap water here in the US can be a literal cocktail of contaminants. We're talking about things like microplastics, pesticides, and heavy metals like lead and arsenic. And here's what's really crucial for parents and parents-to-be to understand. Those heavy metals can actually be passed from a mother to her baby during pregnancy. On that last list, you saw PFAS, or forever chemicals. They come from all sorts of things like non-stick pan coatings, waterproof jackets, even food packaging. And they get that name for a reason, because they don't break down easily. Instead, they just build up in our bodies over years and years, which is a major, major concern. So what's the gold standard for clean water? A reverse osmosis system. Now, while a whole home system is amazing, it's just not practical for most of us. But a high-quality countertop filter, like an AquaTrue or a Berkey, is an excellent and much more achievable way to get started. Okay, next up is the air inside our homes. Now, similar to water filters, a good air purifier can be a bigger ticket item, but it's absolutely something you can work toward over time. No pressure to do it all at once. Get this. This is one of those facts that just blows my mind. We tend to think of pollution as an outdoor problem, right? Smog, car exhaust. But study after study shows the air inside our homes can actually be much, much worse. And since most of us spend the vast majority of our time indoors, that's a really big deal. But what if a purifier just isn't in the budget right now? No problem. Here is a fantastic and completely free solution. Just open your windows for about 15 minutes a day. This one simple thing cycles out all that stale, trapped air and brings in fresh air. It can even reduce how often people in your house get sick. Now let's head into the kitchen for a little mini overhaul. We're going to cover 3 quick swaps that have to do with the food we eat and the tools we use to cook it.
First up, produce. So non-organic fruits and veggies are often sprayed with pesticides like glyphosate. Not only is this stuff a known carcinogen, but it also harms all the good bacteria in your gut. And a healthy gut microbiome is absolutely foundational for everything: your immune system, your hormone balance, and even your mood.
So what do you do if you can't buy all organic? Here is an incredibly simple and cheap solution. Just follow these steps. A 15-minute soak in water with just a teaspoon of baking soda is a fantastic way to remove most of the pesticides, wax, and dirt. Easy. This brings us to a question I hear all the time. Buying everything organic can get really expensive fast. So do you actually have to? The short answer is no, you don't.
The best way to shop smart is to follow the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 lists. The rule of thumb, as you can see, is really simple. Prioritize buying organic for items where you eat the thin skin, like strawberries and spinach. You can feel a lot more comfortable buying the conventional version of things with thick, inedible peels, like avocados and bananas. And finally, let's talk about cookware. As this slide shows, we really want to avoid things like plastic dishware and non-stick pans. Why? Because when you heat them up, they start to break down and can actually leach chemicals right into your food. The simple swap is to choose durable, stable materials like glass, stainless steel, and good old-fashioned cast iron.
Phew, we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From laundry soap all the way to frying pans. Now, let's bring it all together and talk about how to approach this whole journey in a way that feels empowering, not like another thing on your to-do list. And this quote right here is the single most important takeaway from our whole conversation today. Please, just take a deep breath. You do not have to do all of this overnight. This is a journey. A great strategy is to just replace things with a better option as you run out. One small, thoughtful change at a time is what truly, truly makes a big impact. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Looking back at everything we've covered, what is one small thing you feel ready to change? Maybe it's just trying that baking soda wash on your apples, or maybe it's as simple as opening your windows tomorrow morning. Just start there. That's how this all begins. Thanks for watching.